feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline, please.
Welcome back. You tuned into your Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso right here on SABC3. It's a Wednesday, and that means it's time for the Culinary Hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. Thank you for the rest of the studio, leaving us all hanging. We're in the kitchen this morning with our lovely chef Jenny Morris. Yes, she's hanging out here. And Zola Nene, she is here as well. Listen, I'm a lucky guy. I am a lucky guy. Two of my ultimate favorites in one spot at the same time. Oh, can we just take this moment? Can we just take this moment? Listen, we are here to answer all of your kitchen and cooking conundrums. Call us 0214309881. That's the number to get in touch. We're going to answer some of your questions. These foodies, they know everything.
Wow,
everything.
not everything.
Don't doubt yourself, Zola. Don't doubt yourself, Zola. All right, let's get into the first question via Facebook. We had a question, ladies. Luza Bizarre says, I'm making cheese and onion puffs for a platter. Which cheese to use is which cheese is best to use? What type of onion is best? And is there any other herbs that I can add?
I would use spring onion because it's a little puff. You want it nice and light with all the green and all the white stuff chopped in. A nice, strong, mature cheddar.
Absolutely.
And rosemary.
Lovely.
Yeah,
Oregano would be really great. Any robust herb, I think, that
yes,
we are.
yes.
I would do maybe caramelized onions would be really nice as well.
Delicious.
A nice
sticky.
change.
Okay. So cheddar cheese, you mentioned.
Yeah.
That's the go for.
Or Gruyere as well.
Yeah.
We could go on forever.
We could. But a strong cheese. You need a strong cheese because
Okay.
if it's a cheese thing, you want it to taste cheesy, right?
You want a strong onion puff.
Exactly, a strong puff.
Strong onion puffs.
Yes.
Listen, on the line right now we have Fatima. Fatima, good morning.
How are you?
Good yourself.
Very well, thanks.
Lovely. Our foodies are here. What's your question, Fatima?
My question is, what can I replace wine with in a recipe?
That's a very good question.
Thank you.
We get asked that a lot.
Yes.
You do get non-alcoholic wine, which is the obvious interchange. You could always use actual grape juice, depending on what the recipe is. Or verjuice as well,
Yes.
Apple juice also really works. Often, actually, you'll find you could possibly just use water and just up the seasoning for a recipe as well, if it's a stew or something like that. I think the options are liquid is usually so stock for wine, water for wine,
because you don't want
milk,
it too sweet.
cream.
You don't want it too sweet.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you got to be careful too.
It does depend on the recipe, but generally, maybe just try non-alcoholic wine because then the flavors are the same.
Yeah.
You're just not getting the alcohol, which I assume is what you don't want.
All right, Fatima, is that helpful?
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Fatima. Yeah, I mean, I guess also some of that is the wine flavor that somebody might not like in the actual food.
It's the alcohol that is the problem because sometimes you want that wine flavor. Think of a mussel pot.
Yes.
You know, you want that sort
that
of
white cream sauce.
Exactly. Oh, hello, darling. But you're cooking out the harshness,
The alcohol,
and the
All right,
alcohol.
quickly, one more question. Zane Peterson, Zola.
Yes?
Coke as a marinade for chicken.
Yes, Coke is a fantastic marinade. Not only does it tenderize, it also sweetens, it flavors, it adds color to whatever you're making because there's sugar in it.
Okay.
So use Coke. I would recommend that you actually soak or marinate your meat or your chicken or whatever it is that you're marinating for at least 2 hours or up to a day in advance so that it breaks down the fibers.
So how would you go about that then?
So I would add some cola and then something like Dijon mustard, a bit of extra sugar just to up that sweetness, a few herbs, garlic, thyme, thyme, rosemary, a bit of spices would be really nice, so paprika, maybe some onion powder or garlic powder would be really fantastic.
Onion powder would be fabulous.
Cajun spice, fantastic. Mix it all together, pop your steak in or your meat in, leave it to sit for at least 2 hours, like I said, or a day before, and then deliciousness. And then reduce that liquid after you cook whatever's been marinated.
You have a sauce, baby.
Right? Put it on the stove, reduce it, so you cook it and it sort of reduces and condenses, and it's delicious.
Except chicken. I wouldn't put chicken for a whole day.
True.
Because
True.
it's so tender.
Can somebody just get a fire extinguisher for Zola quickly? Just cool it down quickly. Listen, we are busy with your culinary hotline. We are here with Chef Jenny Morris and Zola Nene. We're going to be back taking those questions. Remember, the number to call is 0214309881 if you want to interact with us live on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline.
We are back with the two leading ladies in the kitchen, Jenny Morris and Chef Zola Nene. They are here answering your cooking questions because it is the Culinary Hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting. Yes, get in there. 0214309881. So good to hang out with you guys. It's amazing, man. I've said it earlier, I'll say it again, to my favorite chefs in the whole wide world. You guys are amazing. Thank you, stop it. Anyways, let's get into our next question via Facebook. We have a caller from Bloemfontein. Good morning.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, good morning, you two lovely teams.
Good morning. Who am I talking to? Sorry.
It's Estelle from Bloemfontein.
Hello, Estelle. Right, what's your question?
No, I don't have a question. I actually have a tip for the two lovely chefs.
Oh, lovely.
You can cook your chicken in only Coke, but on a very slow simmering heat. And at the right time, add your chutney to make it light, sweet, and sticky. And if you're a girl like me that likes hot and sticky stuff, you can add your chili or your curry, and it's absolutely adorable. But I won't give it to the old people because they don't like it.
Okay, so if you're old, you don't like it, so I must love it. I love it.
Awesome.
So she cooks
I love it myself because I stay on chicken wings at Kentucky.
Thank you, Estelle.
So she cooks in her cola,
Yes.
which is a lovely idea. Absolutely.
Gammon for Christmas?
I took
cola.
Zola's advice and I cooked my gammon and ginger beer,
I was going to say.
which
ginger
was
beer.
amazing,
Yes,
by the way. I made it
yes.
for Easter weekend
You
as
sound
well.
surprised. I'm not sure.
I'm not
why.
surprised. I'm just blown away. Like I've got a new world in front of me now, which is amazing. Let's get into our next question from Facebook. Takira Adam says, "Is there any other way to make a chocolate moist cake without using buttermilk?"
Oh, there is.
Tell them.
But
There is. Wait, no, I don't know.
no, there is. There are lots of ways. But the most important thing when making any cake, including chocolate cake, is not to overbake it.
Yes.
So that's when you'll find it's really dry. You don't have to use buttermilk, although buttermilk is really tenderizing, which is why it makes such a moist cake. You could just use clover full cream milk.
Okay.
That has exactly the same effect. I'm not sure. Often I'm not sure why people don't enjoy baking with buttermilk. You don't really taste the flavor of buttermilk. It's more of what it does to all the ingredients
You
that's
could use
important.
yogurt and amasi as well.
Absolutely, exactly
there we go.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
But you could use any other liquid. You could even use a fruit juice as well.
Apple.
So apple's wonderful because it adds like a neutral flavor. Or you could use like a raspberry juice. 'Cause
Okay.
Raspberry and chocolate is a great combination.
Beautiful.
So try that out.
All right,
Cherry.
cool. Listen,
Cherry.
another question here. This one's quite interesting as well, also focusing on a kind of South African favorite. Hajira from Durban. She was a caller that phoned us also last week and asking the question. She says, her dumplings go hard. Why does, when she makes dumplings, does it go like, almost like, I don't want to say rock solid, but hard?
Lift the lid.
Woo.
Don't.
Remember Jenny and this look
Hajira.
every time you make dombolo now.
I remember that.
But also, Zola, sorry, my cookie. Do you know the other thing is don't overmix it.
Absolutely.
Don't overmix it because too much gluten starts getting released and it gets like a little leather jacket. It's tough.
We don't want leather jackets.
Because when you cook dombolo or dumplings, the entire cooking mechanism is steam.
Yes.
Yeah,
So if you lift the lid, like Jenny says, you let that all escape, all that moisture escapes,
then
and you
it
have
firms
dry dumplings.
Yeah,
So
it
keep the
sinks.
lid on and keep it on until you're ready to eat the dumplings.
Exactly.
Nobody enjoys a dry dumpling.
Yeah, tell them again, Jenny.
Tell them again.
Don't lift the lid.
Don't lift the lid. All right, 0214309881. That is the number to call if you have any culinary or cooking conundrums that you want us to sort out. Jenny Morris is here as well as Chef Zola answering your questions. We'll be back in a sec.
Clover Fresh Milk is the #1 milk brand in SA, made with love by Clover.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline Bling.
That
That's
can
your
only mean one thing.
feel-good breakfast show, Expresso right here on SABC3, and we are back with a third Culinary Hotline Bling. Ting, ting, ting. Get in there, get in there. 0214309881. That is the number to call if you want to connect with our chefs. We have Jenny Morris and Zola Nene answering your questions. Ladies, all right. Are you ready for the next very, very tough question? I want to see this one. So we had a question on Facebook from Regina Ray Mashiane. It says, how can I do cheesecake without adding cheese because I'm allergic.
Tofu?
Hey?
Yeah. First of all, you don't call it cheesecake if you're making a cake and not putting cheese in it. That's
Okay,
the
so
very
it's not
first
cheesecake.
lesson. So it's not cheesecake, and that's fine. Not everything you eat has to be cheesecake. That's fine. So tofu is a great substitute, absolutely.
But she can't have cream or yogurt or anything.
No, she
in
said
it.
she just doesn't eat cheese.
No, but
She's just
dairy.
allergic to
Allergic to
cheese, obviously,
cheese.
so dairy allergy.
There must be
yeah.
lactose,
Oh,
all of that
oh,
stuff.
okay.
Make a chocolate cake.
Make a
Make
chocolate,
a chocolate cake,
Yes.
or maybe make a fridge cake because you get those non-dairy. You know, you get non-dairy cream, etc. So you want sort of the sensation of a cheesecake, but
There
without
we
the
go.
cheese. So make a fridge cake. instead.
Okay.
So that's basically jelly and the non-dairy substitute, and then you mix those together. You make a crust with biscuits. You pop it in there. You pop it in the fridge. It slices like a cheesecake. It doesn't taste like a cheesecake, but it's close.
What if she don't want to use gelatine? Use the agar-agar.
Ah, there you go.
What is it? Agar-agar.
It's the seaweed gelatine, so
Really?
it'll be all vegetarian
Vegan
and
supreme.
vegan supreme.
Wow.
Indeed.
Agar-agar. Now I can add that to my list of fancy words. We've got aquafaba and agar-agar.
Aquafaba is actually a really good
Yes.
substitute as
Yeah.
well for
Yeah.
this. Well,
There we
look
go.
at you.
Got a brownie point for me, man.
Because Ewan's got it.
Listen, let's take a caller quickly. We have Ivan on the line from Gauteng. How's it, Ivan?
Good morning, you and yourself.
Good, my brother. Thank you very much for calling. Here are two chefs. The floor is yours. What's your question?
Well, agar, I'm a vegetarian, and I want to know when you do baking, especially with no eggs, how do you, what can you substitute for eggs in terms of your baking?
Okay,
Any
so-
biscuits or cakes?
When you're making?
Cake, basically,
Oh.
or baking, yeah. So substitute for eggs.
Okay, well, that's also a really good question that we get often. With substituting and baking, it's a very tricky science because, as we always say, baking is a science. So you have to sort of test things before you can say for sure. But things like mashed banana.
Yes.
We all know I don't eat bananas, but I encourage
Did you just add that?
I did. I was like, oh, banana. So mashed banana often works. Avocado, if you don't like bananas,
Perfect.
is really great to substitute instead of eggs.
Yes, yes.
You can actually also use oil, so cooking oil with baking powder.
Yes.
With baking powder combined will also act sort of like an egg. So an egg is one of those
Vinegar.
holistic ingredients that adds flavor, it adds color, it adds fat, it adds rise. So it adds a lot of things, which is why texture as well, which is why substitution is very tricky. But you can sort of with trial and error, and depending on what it is. So something like muffins are a bit more forgiving. So you can put mashed banana in there instead of eggs, and it'll still be fine. Something like a cheesecake. Okay, well, we're not going to
Maybe.
use cheesecake because he's vegetarian. Something like a chocolate cake, for example, that you want spongy and
Chocolate,
springy is going to be very
Avo.
a bit more tricky to substitute the egg.
Okay.
But I would use avo instead of banana in there because banana's quite wet.
Yeah, and taste
starchy.
of banana.
I love banana.
Look at Zola. So don't forget the banana. Listen, our lines are still open, 021 430 9881. We have one more segment coming up for you with these two lovelies.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Call us on your cell phone.
Culinary Hotline.
And there we have it. We have a caller on the line. It's our last segment of the Culinary Hotline. Bling, ting, ting, ting. 021.
I've got to get this right.
All right, we have a call on the line, ladies. Thokozile, good morning.
Morning.
Are you well, my love?
I'm well in yourself.
Very, very well. What's your question?
My question is, I'm allergic to lemon. Whenever a recipe calls for lemon, I never know what to substitute it with. With lime, or is there any other thing that I can use instead of lemon?
So allergic to lemon,
But not lime.
That's
but
it.
not lime.
Not lime, lemon.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Is it the juice that reacts with her? Because if it's not the juice, you could use the zest, which give you the lovely, because
oils
it's got
and-
all the beautiful oils in it.
Absolutely.
but-
But lime is a fantastic substitute.
It is.
Yeah.
A splash of vinegar, but like a champagne vinegar or a
Something
tarragon
good.
vinegar,
Yeah.
something not like spirit vinegar.
no.
Don't substitute with
No,
that
no,
because
no, no.
that's a lot. So like a good white wine vinegar, a white balsamic, really delicious
That's
as well.
delicious. Give you a nice bit of acidity. It's well balanced.
Exactly. So that would be. But if you're not allergic to limes, then limes is a perfect substitute.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Thokozile. Have a beautiful day. All right.
Thank you, you too.
Let's get into our next Facebook question. I've been waiting for this one, right? Because this is one of my favorites, and we are so proudly South African with this one as well. Magda van Eden on Facebook says, Expresso, how do I make a quick and easy peppermint tart?
That's
And there's
yours.
nothing
Yes,
quicker
yes,
and
yes.
easier than peppermint tart. So I'm just going to finish whisking the cream.
Right.
Okay, so I do it as a layered dessert. You
Yes.
could do it as whole biscuits, but I like to crush the biscuits.
All right.
So we start with the biscuits. Okay, and you can do as many layers or as few layers as you want. This is just some tin caramel. If you don't have tin caramel, you can boil your own.
Okay.
So take a tin of condensed milk, pop it in water, make sure you cover it in water, and then bring it to the boil for about 3 hours. Make sure you top up the water, and you'll make exactly the same thing.
Do you have to at least puncture the
No,
tin?
don't punch the tin.
No.
No, you'll get water inside.
But wouldn't, no, man. I mean, like, would it not explode from the heat?
No, as long
Keep
as you
it
keep
covered.
it covered.
Covered.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. So
Interesting.
I also whip the cream and then I combine the cream along with
Okay.
the caramel.
So you want to get to obviously to your soft peak stage.
Exactly.
Right? Is that it?
Yes,
Yeah.
Is that it?
Oh my gosh.
You learn so much this one, hey? So whisk these two together. Whenever you use tinned caramel, you'll find that it's a little bit stiff to start with. So you want to
Yeah.
whisk it before you whisk the cream in, just like so.
All right.
Okay. And then I layer it. Then I layer it. Look how delish. Ooh, ooh. Okay, so
Quick
then
and
a bit
easy.
of this. And then Jenny, will you pop some peppermint crisp in there for me?
So that's just crushed.
Whole bowl or
Just-
just...
No. maybe half. Okay.
Wow,
Some
quick
more.
and easy.
It's just a little bit more, and then some more biscuits, if you will.
I would...
So just keep layering it. Depending on how many people you have, you can obviously increase it. Like
You
I
know
said,
what?
you don't
Yes.
have to. You don't have
Yes.
to crush the biscuits. You can just actually just
Nice,
layer them
I
on,
like the texture.
or you can actually mix it with a bit of butter and make a crust, and then pop this all inside, and then you have
I
like
like
a tart.
this. I like it
Yeah.
And
this
then
way.
just like such. Okay, you'll do yours a bit neater than I am. Obviously, you'll have a
right.
bit more time.
I'm not putting that finger back in. I'm putting
that's
this one in.
absolutely amazing, and I can't imagine. I've just mentioned that for Christmas, actually, I've made the most peppermint crisp, or the most amazing peppermint crisp tart, and it's so easy and it's so delicious. It was an absolute hit with the rest of the family. So yes, try this one out, Magda. If you want to get your hands on the recipe, you can SMS the keyword treat to 33728. That's treat to 33728. Keep layering.
Yep.
We have a quick call on the line. Kashifa. Good morning, Kashifa.
Morning.
How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
Good, thank you very much. What's your question for our lovely ladies?
I would like to know, how do I get salt or too much salt in my big pot of soup out of the pot?
Potatoes.
I was going to say exactly the same.
Yes.
There we go. So if it's too salty,
Put a potato into the pot.
I would chop it.
And then the potato sort of absorbs some of the seasoning.
Yes.
If you've put like a cup of extra salt, there is no salvaging that. But if it's just a
Okay.
little bit too much, a potato or a squeeze of lemon will sometimes bring it back. You'll add acidity and it'll balance out.
And you know what? Also, if you mix a bit of flour and water, and you just make like little dumplings that you won't be able to eat because that also sucks it up. It
that's a
just
great
sucks
one.
it into the dough.
That's
yeah.
a great
yeah.
idea,
wow.
Jen. Yeah.
Kashifa, did that help at all?
Very much, thank you very much, because I
Fantastic.
really want that soup.
There you go. Well, you go save that soup,
Enjoy
Kashifa.
it.
Thank you very much. Ladies, thank you very, very much. It's been such a
pleasure.
treat to have you in the kitchen. The keyword is treat, by the way, if you want to get your hands on the recipe to this very simple peppermint crisp tart. Love you guys. Thank you very much,
love you
Zola.
too.
Always nice to see you, Jenny.
Pleasure.
All the best with your new endeavors as well.
sweetheart.
Yes, we'll
Yes.
see her on the high seas as well. Check her out on social media as well, at Jenny Morris Chef as well. And follow Zola as well. Zola Nene. Who's Zola Nene? The colourful character that she is. That's your culinary hotline bling. Ting, ting, ting.